Let's see if it'll work. Let's see. Let me tell the people on Instagram. I got a new image. Gonna try it out. All right, I think we're plugged in. Hope everybody's having an amazing day. And I think it went to the wrong stream. Let's see. I scheduled it, but I think we're broadcasting on a different screen. Let's see. It don't matter. Once we live somewhere.
Yeah, you're live. I don't know if it's not live.
Yeah, just. I'm on a different live. All right, we're live. What is happening?
What's going on, Raj?
Let me rename the stream real quick. What is happening? The Bonnie, no longer Diraj. You got a new name. Let me just fix some things really quickly.
What was up with the name change?
Well, I scheduled it.
Call us the no, I'm sorry, I was talking to Raj.
Oh, yeah.
I understand. When you schedule it, you
Oh, but we can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Now we can hear you.
So what's with the name change, Daraj? What implored you to change it to Debani?
I'm just trying to get all the streams on the same.
Put them all in one localized area.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much. Oh, superstar. That's dope. They saw the name and they were like, "A big dog's here."
All right, so I think I got it figured out. Let me just
Boop, boop, beep, up.
delete this. Bada bing. All right, now there is just one stream to rule them all. Hope everybody is well. We are back with another episode of Watch Talk Live. I am CQ the Watch Guy with the co-host with the mostest, retired Watch Guy Jay. I'm just updating a few things on the back end so it all matches for the people.
When I get my first,
today, sir.
I was just thinking about getting veneers. I just need to accumulate a Bitcoin and then let it go to 1 million, and I can get veneers. I'm tired of my teeth.
Will it be the good veneers or the bad veneers?
No, I need the good veneers. I've got cavities, and I don't know why because I don't really eat bad, but I think my father and my mother have bad teeth, so it's just destined to be. Just get veneers. Just ride out with the veneers, man. How about you? How are you doing today, CQ?
Doing well, just getting some things fixed on the back end so I can see the stream, but I might have just broke it. But it doesn't matter.
That's
Doing
not
well,
good. That's not good. You wanna.
doing well. We got a lot of new watches. There we go. Okay, so I think some stuff updated. Beautiful. And I get to tell people on Instagram. I'm doing good. We got a lot of great watches that we're going to talk about since we missed so much, but more watches keep coming. So let's get this show started. If you need truly independent watch advice, make sure you head over to cqthewatchguy.com where you can see all my services. And we have a smorgasbord of new watches. Which one do you want to start? Pick out of the top three which one you want to start with, and I'll let you.
No, a Vacheron. Start with the Vacheron.
Ah, there you go. Look at you. So, Vacheron Constantin has released two, what I think are just killer watches, two variations on the overseas. 1 second, I just need to.
What's going on? Hail Caesar.
What's going on, Caesar? I need to see the chat. What's happening?
No, Daraj. I lost more money in meme coins than I've ever made, so I don't trade crypto full time. Unless he's talking to CQ. Maybe CQ does, and we don't know.
No, I should have though. I was on a heater when I was deep in the dungeons of crypto because I never dealt in the in the type of crypto you should have dealt with. I was doing pretty good.
I did, and then I went to the terrible parts like an idiot. Just don't be like me. Buy Paddock, Richard Mille, FP Jorn. Don't buy weird one-off meme coin like watches like I did.
All right, so from Vacheron, we have two new overseas perpetual calendar ultra thins, a beautiful white gold with this. Oh, I almost want to call it a cherry. A deep
Hmm.
red burgundy dial, and then you have, is it yellow gold or probably some type of rose gold there? And I'm a fan with
That's
the extra
actually really nice.
straps.
Definitely a Mr. Wonderful watch. Definitely a Mr. Wonderful watch.
Duraj, great point. Duraj says Duraj says the rose gold should have been the burgundy dial. I could have seen that too. I like this dial because I've been loving the gold on gold dials recently, but I think a burgundy dial in this would be amazing. But come on, that on the blue rubber strap, I think would be sick. Let me just tell the people
Good
what's
afternoon,
happening.
Goldfinger, and hello them all.
What's going on, Goldfinger?
I'm not a fan, but that's neither here nor there.
You're not a fan of
I
either
never
one,
like
or
champagne dials. I don't like champagne or like gold dials, and like there's no contrast besides the blue hue of the minute tracker and I guess the date or month or whatever, which are nice. It just feels like it's all one big solid piece of gold, and I'm just not a big fan of the way it's designed due to that. Maybe if there was more of the light blue throughout the dial, but I just don't see enough differentiation personally.
what about the white gold?
Fire, love it. The white
Interesting.
gold is really beautiful. Um, just I mean mainly because you don't get a good red dial often, if ever. So when it's done well, you appreciate it. Duraj says pink on pink is tough art to master, and they didn't get it. Wait, is that Rose, the Vacheron?
All right, now we're live. I do believe that's
We
rose gold. Let me just
we've been live
scroll.
for 7 minutes. What? Are
Well,
you saying the
I
people
gotta.
here aren't?
Well, the people here are the most important, and that is 5N pink gold, which I'd call a rose gold. So it's more of a red gold when it's 5N. But a lot of the people on Instagram know they flesh out. They get us into the 20s. When Instagram knows, we get into the 20s. The normal crew keeps us around 14, 15. We do have some interviews loading, by the way. Talk to some brands who will do some stuff. Could you wear both of these watches? Is this a sky blue? Oh wow.
No, the accents are really nice. And it's like maybe if they used the accents a little bit more on the bros, it would have worked. Because on this it works with minimal because the red, like it's a good contrast. But on the rows and rows, it just I'll just get a day date with the champagne dial. What do you mean? Ah?
Yeah, but like this is not, I understand. I understand the criticisms, but like when I'm in
Especially when you
Monaco,
release both of those together. When you get that striking red and all that, and then you come over here and like, oh, granted, if you want something to be a little bit more understated, I think that the rose on rose is a little bit more understated. Whereas, funny enough, the white gold with red is like in your face. So maybe that's why I like it a little more.
I don't know. I think both are very very sharp. Definitely the red would be the one. Like if I was somebody with a VC profile, I'd be like the red, the red, the red, the red. But if my essay called me and said, "Hey, but I could probably get you the gold quick," I would take the gold and then say I still want the red. 'Cause I don't think this is. Not everybody's gonna wear this watch. I will put that out there, but I think that's a killer piece. But this is the one. This might be the best VC right now, especially precious metal. This might take it. VC MVP.
I guess.
Oh, Mr. Wonderful edition right there on the red strap.
But yeah, we all knew that was coming. They're definitely pandering.
Muslims Vince McMahon and insert Vince McMahon cheer meme here for the gold on gold for sure.
I don't like it on the white strap, the white gold. It's bracelet or red, no in betweens. Maybe a brown rubber, if anything.
Yeah, they always try to get white straps up because white straps are supposed to be summery, so they always, the white straps always make an appearance out there. But
Well, you can sell the white strap twice a year at least because you're gonna get it dirty. It's the
yeah, for
easiest thing to
sure.
sell multiples of, so I don't blame them for pushing it.
Like that in that shot there, it's a good watch. Let's see how much they are charging us for these amazing watches today. What's up, Chris DDS? Peak lunch break entertainment. That is what we strive to do. While you're snacking, we give you something for your mind to snack on a little bit, or to dull you out, whichever which way. Give me a price: 130,000 US dollars, available now at VC boutiques. All right, 130,000 retail, non-limited. What would you tell a client to do if they approach you to buy this watch? Do you
Wait,
tell
how
them
much is it?
130,000, which they're both gold. So when you remember that they're gold, it makes sense.
I know. I mean, the problem I run into always, like, this is, and I know people get tired of me saying this shit, and it's like Vimal's about to really put the chair in my face. Uh, but it's like, why can't I have the red, white, gold on a just fucking time only? And it's just, and I know, like, we talk about this all the time. It's like, we're gonna make something really, really cool, and then we're gonna put the most complicated bullshit on it, and then we're gonna charge you over 100 grand. And it's like you price out, like the average consumer, because I think that people in this chat can afford these watches, but the average watch buyer is not paying 100 grand for a watch every year. So it's like I don't get to have the really nice cherry, even if I have 45K.
No, the problem if this was a time only cherry, this would be a Singapore edition. It would only be 15 or 20 or 50 pieces available, maybe 100 pieces, something like that. But it would be unobtainium. So to make it available to everyone, we made it expensive.
Oh yeah, but you see, so it's like, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather it be the limited. I'd rather it be stainless steel, limited to 20 to 50 pieces, and it's just like, well, I got to talk to my Singaporean friend and make sure that I get it. But like, it's just filled with a bunch of complications, which some will use. Don't get me wrong, but for me, it's like I'm already priced out of this watch. Even if I had the money, it's like I can't justify the price just because I like the aesthetic. Does that make sense? What's going on, Cloud Ken?
It's Jay's number one fan, Cloud Ken in the
Hey,
building.
hey,
Good to see you.
we're all friends. There's no fans here.
Vimal says VC needs to reduce case sizes to 38, 39 millimeter on overseas. Nobody in Asia can pull this off unless they're morbidly obese by Asian standards. I feel like he just called me fat. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I guess Vimal. How big are these? 41? It's 41 point. You're right. You're right. I won't be a sizist. I won't be a sizist. I won't be a sizist. You're right, Vimal. Maybe a smaller size would help. I do think that the Asian market is not going to bail them out alone, but a smaller case size wouldn't hurt. I do think that 41.5 isn't gigantuan by any means, but you know, Vimal said I said Asian standards, you're fine, but thank you. Vimal said I'm fine. By American standards, what am I by Canadian standards? How many gallons of maple syrup am I? You know, that's my real test. All right, so I think we should start a rating system, Jay, in chat, so we can start rating the watches. We can go back to the ratings. So should it be 1 of 5, 1 of 10, and what should the integers be? Is it
Whoa, whoa,
5?
whoa.
Yeah,
It should be out of 100.
Okay, out of 100. All right. How many Vmals out of 100 would you give this VC?
The one without red,
Yes.
this is like a 65, 70.
So wait, you give this watch right here, you give 65 out of 100 on the V-Mall score,
Yes.
on the V-Mall rater.
Yes.
I think that's a little light, bro. I'll
What are
respect
you?
your.
How many Vamals are you giving this?
I would give this. I think this is at least 85 on the V-Mall scale, for sure.
So guys,
For
just
sure.
understand that CQ has a plus. Like he adds 10 to everything because he has to be nice to these companies.
This is a 90.
Right?
What am I saying? It's like a 95. What's going on? I'm letting you guys dull me.
All right. So then, what's the on the real? What's the red dial? Then the red dial's 100. Then, so you're giving your first 100 Vamals. We just started the system. You're giving 100 because you.
Okay, wait. First of all, is this not worth 100 V-Malls? That's what this is.
No, I'm not. I don't have any issue with that. But then, what I'm saying is like the standard. So it's like, so you've already issued 100 Vamals for a watch, and we just started the scale. So it's just like, so then.
I understand. Now I understand.
So
what
that's
you're
why I gave the other one 65, and this
Okay.
is a 90, 8.85 for me.
saying. So this is an 85.
Yes.
Okay, let me think.
Real quick, RDD, me and CQ no longer work for the 1916 company, but they were friends and family, and I have nothing negative to say. They always took care of us. At least on my end, I can say that. They always took care of me.
Yeah. Always good times over there. The best part is just like imagine working at a buffet of watches, every type of everything, every type of watch you wanted to touch, you could touch. And if you didn't know something, you
Yeah,
didn't
Tim
use
Masso.
Google, you used Tim Masso. And that was the best part.
To him. I learned so much from just going like, Tim, what? And he'd be like, well, this is from 1976. The way that the guilloche and the dial, it's probably made in October of 1976. Fucking encyclopedia. All right, sorry, go
It was
ahead.
the best. All right, so I give this 90 V-Malls. This is 90 on the V-Mall scale. We're going to reset the scale because I think 100. But this,
So
if
what's
this
the
is
gold on
90,
gold then? What's the gold on gold?
85, man. I think the gold is a good watch. I know you guys are going to hem and haw. I'm somebody who enjoys rose gold. I wouldn't wear it on that white strap.
Bro,
I
I
wish
am the
that was
rose
a.
gold king here. I'm just saying that the dial just does not do it justice. And if the dial had more blue in it, or any, maybe even if the subdials had contrast, but it's just like all the subdials is a muted compared to the gloss. No, but that's your score, so you're allowed to have an opinion.
Exactly. Vimal says we should buy the reverso for the rose gold pink dial and save the rest.
What's going on, Skylar Santana? And this is actually a better version of that watch to me. Maybe it's the way that the graininess of the dial kind of plays against the sheen of the case, but this is well done to me.
Well, I think a big thing is you're not the biggest fan of complications as well, so like that doesn't help. You know
Are
what I
you saying
mean?
it's a skill
I didn't-
issue? You see how your friend
no,
be telling me
no.
he can't read the dial?
RDD says if I'm going full gold overseas, I'm going second generation overseas. Ooh,
Wow.
second gen overseas gold. That is a nice meaty watch. Give me a reference. Drop a reference, RDD, in the chat. Oh, I need to.
Cloud Ken does say the white gold is a disaster, so he's not a fan. He said they should have made it stainless steel, but we were talking about that, Cloud. We were saying if it was stainless steel, then it would be a different price point. Then they can't justify the dial. He said he'd like to take the 222s over these.
That. Oh, come on, Cloud. Don't you put a question like that in the air? Because this is white gold, but if this was steel, it would be like insane, and this would be the winner every time. The 222s are great, but I'm a big Perpetual calendar fan, so I know, like this is a watch now. Is definitely it needs to be in my collection when I'm at that level. This is something that enters my collection. I don't think it leaves it, for sure. Like if I had to have one VC, it'd be this or it'd be the Everest VC. This is just beautiful. But I hear the complaints. So I give that 90 V-Malls. The gold one gets 85 V-Malls. You give it 65 and 85.
Yes. Yes.
And this JLC, I think it's such a great watch, to be honest with you. No complaints. on this piece. All right, let's look at some more new watches. Let me. Let's go back. Go back.
And Bamal said the VC design team, let's throw all the complications, all our complications into one watch that make it a dial illegible. I mean,
Yeah.
no comment.
Listen, you guys let AP get away with the ALYX, like the chronographs that don't have markers and stuff like that. So you can't complain anymore. We can't. We can't. They
It's,
can. They
it's
could do
so
whatever.
funny that you went to AP when Moser's right there with concept dials, but go on.
Moser never gave you a illegible watch. You know, like even though the let's not. Anyway, so we have new MAD editions in collaboration with Yinka Ilori, MAD 1S Grow Your Dreams limited editions. These are some fun, funky ones. Fun colors on the straps. They did custom straps. They played it around with the rotors and underneath the rotors a little bit. And I think these are just a great way to have fun with the MAD editions. And, you know, I'm sure these will be hard to get, but I don't mind them being hard to get in the beginning because these to me are fun watches that you can circle back, you know, on Chrono 24, 4 to 5 years and pick them up if they tickle your with your fancy. Vimal says we don't let AP get away. Only you do CQ. I don't know, Vimal. I feel like that this AP bounty is gonna go on my head soon. There might be one already. What do you think about these, Jay?
I mean, the issue I run into with these type of watches is that they're going to be sold for like, you could tell me if I'm wrong, but at least 7,000. I'm probably on the low end of the spectrum. It's probably closer to 10. And they look like toy watches. Well, I mean, you know they're not. But I'm just saying that like it's just very hard for me to wrap my head around this being something over $10,000. And like the craftsmanship looks great and everything. It just looks like a toy watch. No matter how you can keep on clicking through those slides, brother, it's going to look like Mattel made that shit. Hasbro. I would rather buy a Transformer than one of these watches, personally.
The Bonnie says flick flack. Oh man, I will say on the wrist pictures look a little bit better.
Place.
Cuánto is dun, dun, dun.
If it's under five, but it's not. It's not gonna be. It's gonna probably be over 10 just because it's a limited
Oh,
collab.
3,200 Swiss franc.
I quiet now. For that price, you really can't complain too much.
No, not at all.
Especially since it's an MBNF collab. Like, yeah, it's just we just were talking about illegible watches. Am I supposed to fucking look at the side of my wrist to read the time,
Well,
Sequan? Is
well
that what
that that was the whole thing with the Mad one in the first place. Is you're always looking on the side of the watch. But I think again at this price point,
Yes, 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 yes.
you know what I mean? At this price point, it's a fun weekend watch. You wear it for a little bit. You give it to your kid. You put it on Chrono 24. Some crazy person like me buys all three eventually. Of course, somebody's going to ask at 10, 15. Do not pay over retail for this watch. I want to support a artisan. It's a brother, of course, and all that. But like, don't pay over retail because when these go down, you guys call me and you give me the sappy eyes, and I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna give you guys bad news. Vimal says we owe Moon Swatch an apology. Mad One is a bigger cash grab, and no, you don't own. You don't own the Moon Swatch an apology. And the reason why you don't own a Moon Swatch an apology is because the experience of getting a moon swatch, which I did one time for a friend's father who's involved in NASA, so it meant a lot to me to do it. But it was just a horrible experience. And when they first started to get released, seeing what was going on in Dubai and all these things, for a watch that could have been easily just produced, and you could have swatch stores all over the world sell them easily. You chose to make them like I went to game design school. It felt like when Halo 3 came out and people were waiting outside of GameStops. And it was just such a horrible experience that I will never forgive the Moon Swatch. Even though I think it was a brilliant business strategy, I think for the consumer experience, horrible, horrible way to sell watches. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the rant, but I blame it on
Jesus.
V-Mall. I blame it on V-Mall. Terrible, bro. This is a terrible way to get watches. I'm already spending my money. I don't need to like fight with people. That's my thing. I'm a bigger guy. So I'm the guy. Like I'm pushing. I'm shoving. Somebody falls. I'm the guy who gets sued, not fuck the Hayek family. I'm sorry. It triggered me. I move on. Let's talk about the Messina Lab in collaboration with Vianney Halter. Old Soul. This is a very interesting watch to me. I like the aesthetics. I like it a lot. I'm very interested to see what you think about it. Chalk flew up. You read my mind. Thoughts on the new Messina Lab collab. Dabani says, "Good Lord, those actually hurt. I think Chanel wants their money back." That's from MBNF. Prima.
Dude, you can't say.
I love it. Vimal says, "CQ of Roger." Oh my. Roger Jackson is way to a mad one. Oh man. Thoughts and prayers to that situation. Anyways, so here we have the Old Soul. I like it. So I think we have the hours here. The minutes looks to be on a sapphire track or some type of track with this blue triangle that's going, or delta or whatever you want to call it, that's going around there. And then you have the seconds over there. That is just me looking at the watch. I have not read anything. So I will quickly read seconds at 9 o'clock. So I was correct in everything I said because I'm a genius when it comes to watches. Somebody called me a horologist the other day, and I was like, am I a horologist? I don't know. But I like this watch. I don't know the price yet, but from first impressions, I like it. I'm a big Vanny Halter fan. We got those stylings with the crown, and you could just a little bit of that steampunk aesthetic. William Messina has always been doing very interesting things with his collaborations. But the real guy to win over here is going to be the retired guy. Jay, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, it's different. The 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 dial isn't terrible. I'm not a big fan of like layers, you know? And so like some people are gonna really, really enjoy that there's like levels to the watch's dial. To me, it's not really doing anything for me. But I can understand why somebody might gravitate to this because it is different. You're not typically getting this style of dial, but it's not for me. It's a low 60 for me, maybe even a 55.
So 55 on the producer Vimal scale for Jay. And I think what you're trying to say is you enjoy watches a little bit more flat on the dial. You don't want too much depth in terms of big solid elements. You probably don't mind
Oh,
a
I
little
don't
bit
see
of depth,
the
but you don't like the
need on this watch. Like they added.
what?
Go ahead.
Just because it's a Vanny Halter, so you gotta add some type of. Let me just Google Vanny Halter pieces just to give you like a.
Well, I think we went through Vanny Holton. Remember, I was like,
Yeah, exactly. But like, if it's Vanny Halter, you gotta put something
it's part
from.
of the thing. It's like the MBNF where it's just like, well, Max Bruscher has to make this a little crazy.
Exactly. So and these are some of the less funky ones.
Yeah,
So
see, it's more the Vanny Halter aspect because yes, you're right. It's and he's got this thing with the porthole thing too. What is he, Hublot? It's like the it almost looks like a
yeah.
with the little screws around the hole and everything. This is better than a typical Vanny Halter. How it looks like a Moser with a Vanny Halter. Am I wrong in
It,
saying that?
it could look because there was like that Moser Messina lab piece. It could look like
Yes. Okay, that's what
it,
it is. It's
it,
that.
it does look like a wristmon in this particular picture from Chaikin with the smiley face.
Ooh,
But just
chicken's
this
better.
particular shot.
Question: what do you give it?
First of all, shout out to Pac Eldridge in the chat. What's going on, Pack? I just responded to your DM, by the way. And please, if anybody ever DMs you and I don't get back to you right away, please don't feel offended. Instagram is horrible when it comes to like spam DMs and watch creators, and I have to wade through like 20 replica dealers like a day to just get to my normal chats. It's horrible. Shout out Pack and all you guys, 12 people so far. Do me a favor, give me a upvote on the producer remodel scale. Without seeing the price, 75 UMALs. Because let me tell you why I give it 75 UMALs. I think it's an interesting way of telling time with the minute track on this, I'm guessing some type of sapphire disc or some type of wheel. It's telling the minutes on the perimeter there. I like the hours being tucked away. It gives you the look of a chronograph, but it's not a chronograph. And I enjoy depth on a watch, and I enjoy this little bit of a suspended element here. So I think it's worthy of the 75 UMALs. I think it's a nice manual wand movement. I'm hoping it's not too expensive.
Oh, Vimal agrees with me. 55 Vimals. Johnny O, welcome on in, brother.
55 Vimal on a good day from Vimal himself.
How much is this? Is it
Quanto?
if it's over 20K,
Whew.
what is it?
Oh, something got mad. I should have known. 'Cause I was like, I think this is a Minerva movement. So the problem with Minerva movements is the prices that go on it. It's a vintage Minerva movement. Oh boy, 37,000 Swiss francs, including all tariffs and duties. I like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's gonna be the new signage. What is vintage? So are they like remaking the movement from an old watch?
No, so basically, anytime they use vintage movements, and a lot of companies have done this in the past. Zenith Paddock has done some famous where they found some older movements from the 50s to 60s and refurbished them. Minerva is one of the big, grand, old watchmaking houses currently owned by Mont Blanc, and we see a lot of the Nick Rusek stuff coming out of Mont Blanc. So what they do is they get these older movements and they just finish them. Meaning they just clean them up, they polish them. If anything needs adjusting to today's standards, they'll adjust and do that. But most of these movements that were made back then, it's just like a car engine. If nothing was messed up, if nothing broke, you just oil it up and it'll go, and you tinker some stuff. So the value is that these are vintage movements, but I think that price is just like outrageous, really, to be honest with you.
45 Vimals. Your speech lowers the fucking scale. The fact that
45
you're paying for like a older movement, and I get it. It's like, if you like the fucking Ford F Model 1 or Model 2, whatever they fucking call
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
then by all means. But like, I don't like that they force those situations. This is worse than making a overly complicated watch to charge you more for it. It's like, oh, we're gonna use some old movement and make it look pretty. It's like you put lipstick on a pig. Granted, Minervas aren't pigs. It's like a nice movement or whatever. It's just like, it's all this weird shit to justify charging me more than I should be paying for this watch. So now that you know the price, are you still the same? Because the price does affect
Well,
the
yeah,
rating.
now it's down to like 50 miles because it's like it's too expensive. It's a cool watch, but I think that price point is just too much. Yeah, it's just too much for me. Too much for me, Jack. Interesting watch, but I don't know how much of those are gonna be sold. All right, let's get to the Chronoswiss Opus Purple Rain. Purple Rain. So this watch was officially released last week. I got hands on it a few months ago when I did a Chronoswiss event that was amazing out in DC. And this thing in person is amazing. Purpled titanium chronograph there with the full date. Limited edition that on the website they're saying sold out. They didn't make too many, so might be already sold out. but it'll probably sell out pretty soon. But this is like, if you're somebody who's interested in colored metals and colored titanium, like the Dibitune yellow sub with the yellow titanium and things like that, this is a really, really awesome piece. And for the price point for what they're doing with the material, I thought this was a really great execution. Not to mention the strap itself, it's UV treated. So if you go out in the sunlight, it goes from white to purple, which I thought was a fun little note as well.
RDD said Chronoswiss makes the same watch as 1993 and expects different results. It's one of those situations where it's like if it's not broken, don't fix it. They just didn't receive the notification that it was broken.
That's actually a great comment because Chronoswiss is a brand where half of their collection is a little bit stuck in the '90s, stuck in the original is original style that is a style that they keep making today, and a lot of people do enjoy that style, which is why they keep making it. But they do modern stuff like the Pulse one as well that I think is much more modern and refined and not like these type of watches at all. But you know, the thing is, if you find your market and you're doing well in your market, why break out of the market? Why reinvent the wheel with your whole collection? Why not have something where you're only doing 30 pieces, you don't need to sell a ton of them. These are like under 20,000, 17,700 retail. So again, blue titanium chronograph, not for everybody, but they're not asking you 50,000 for it. They're not asking you 60,000 for it. Where many brands would present something like this to you and ask you with the same movement, everything in the 30s for. So I think I respect it. I respect
But
it.
you're right, and you don't want to Bremont yourself. I think that's what the bigger telltale of this is you don't go ahead and completely change your identity just to try to keep up with the times. I mean, I want to like this watch, but it literally has every fucking box that I hate, where it's like
Yeah.
skeletonized, overly complicated. But like, I do like the color. I like the finish, like, and the fact that it's not ridiculously priced. You know what I'm saying? But it checks every box that I do not like. But I do feel like aesthetically it does look good.
Yeah. Not for you, but it's for me. I'll take them all. Not all of them, not all 30, but I'll take. Give me a good number. Give me a good lucky number.
77?
Johnny O says if it wasn't purple and it wasn't titanium and it was a different watch, it might be. Touche, touche. The body says looks like they're testing the waters a little bit. That they definitely are, but again, I think they're showing what they can do at accessible price points, and I think that's important because it's very hard to differentiate right now what some brands can do, what some brands can't do, and what the brands who can do a lot, what they're charging versus the brands who can't do anything, what they're charging. There's a lot of wacky stuff going on right now in the market. Let's go on and look at a couple more on monochrome. Do you want to see a couple different shots of the VCs or not?
Oh no, no, no.
We got new Piaget Altiplano. We got Favre Luba. I don't know. We talked about the Ming yesterday. This Beauvais is kind of interesting, so I'm gonna talk about that. Are you a Norcane guy?
Just looking at that photo, I don't think so.
Ooh, we gotta talk about the Lebois and Co. And then we're gonna talk about this Bulgari as well. You guys know I love Lebois and Co. I have two chronographs downstairs that have been living with me for a little bit, taking all over. So they released an enamel dial variation of their chronograph. This is going to be called the Atelier, and then a fancy name behind it that I can't pronounce. But this is the enamel dial chronograph, and not reinventing the wheel. That's kind of what I love about this brand. He just the owner Tom is pretty straightforward. He wants to make good chronographs that have unique looks and aesthetics, and he's just gonna do the best he can to try to keep things at a really good price point. So you have a enamel dial steel case chronograph, 39 millimeters. They do a Le Jeu Perret movement on this one. You have blacked out hands, really good numerals, and this is under 10,000. 9,800 euros. So maybe a little bit over $10,000. But I think for enamel dial chronograph, that's a pretty cool.
Oh,
That's
I
a pretty cool
mean,
piece.
you don't get enamel dollars too often, so especially at that price, it's pretty nice. Looks like a classy watch. It looks like something a doctor would wear. I'm probably
Exactly.
allergic to it.
Yeah. Right.
Chris DDS asked to know what Jay's favorite watches are. Uh, if I had all the money in the world, I'd probably have a nice Rolex collection. Sky Dweller, Yachtmaster, a Jorn. I would probably get me a Chronometro Blue, Elegante, um, or overseas only. I just don't like overly complicated watches, just for being complicated sake. Even though the Chronoswiss wasn't that bad, it just was skeletonized and purple. But yeah,
Vimal says, sorry, CQ, today's watches have led to a collective decline of the T levels of the viewers. We need TRT now. You're right. I didn't do enough big. Maybe we do it Invictus show, and I'll get everybody riled back
get
up.
the
That'll void
NMR.
everybody up. All right, let's check out the Beauvais Recital 12. We got Malachite and Tiger's Eye dials. I'm liking this Tiger's Eye. I haven't seen these on the bracelet much, but I love the bracelet too. It's a really cool watch.
How small is this watch?
Well, no, like Vimal said, not for the people who are on the
No,
TRT.
no, 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 no. But I'm asking, like, is this a 38 or something?
40 millimeter. I think that guy just had big
Oh,
wrists.
okay. That's what I was saying. Like, it looked pretty small on that guy's wrist. That's what I was saying. It was kind of throwing me off a little bit. Um, Not for me.
Too skeletonized.
I mean, like, it just goes back
Oh,
to
look at the
like
Malachite though. What about the Malachite? I'd rock this. Fuck that. I'd rock this.
it's for a certain type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like that style of watch, then yeah. I just don't. I feel the same way about Moser when they do those hovering dial things, and they're it's just glad to know you could do it. Proud of you. Should have been me. How much are these? Because they're not cheap.
They're not gonna be cheap, but I don't think they're gonna be too expensive. I think the Malachite might be my favorite. I'm gonna guess we're gonna be
I guess it's like 60.
oh
No, I'm
20
low.
29 8 Swiss franc. I
That's
was
not
hoping
bad. That's not that bad at all, actually.
it's not bad, but like I would really love to be like mid 20s. Cause then you're talking like this is gonna be 29 8 Swiss franc. You're at least 34,000. But
It
if
just,
if you expect a discount, it's not bad.
yeah. The thing about this watch is like I've seen other skeletonized watches I like more, or like done a little bit differently that spoke to me a little more. So I guess it's like something I wouldn't write home about more so.
Yeah, they just needed a little bit more oomph to it. I don't know if they could have did something.
It's just the skeletonization kind of looks a little drab beyond like where the escapement and
So,
stuff like that.
so I think what it is, if they did something on the base plate besides just frosting.
Yeah, because the bottom, so everything below eight and you know what I'm saying, just looks kind of like run of the mill. So it's like, why are you showing me this? Maybe you put a plate there with something to add depth, but like, I just feel like I'm looking at nothing down there. Cloud Ken says, that's also my preferred collection at the moment. Bunch of Rolexes and FP joints. A man can only dream. A man can only dream, personally. Jay, if you're a time only guy, I'd love to hear your opinion on the Calatrava history. Um, I'll be honest with you, I don't know enough about vintage Calatrava, but that would be a good show. Maybe me and CQ can go through the vintage Calatravas and look at some stuff, and maybe that could be something we do Thursday.
I like that the history of the college travel line
But I do
sounds
like
pretty good.
Calatravas. That was actually one of the first paddocks I sold. Unfortunately, it wasn't a novelist. It was like it wasn't a vintage Calatrava, but it was like one of the entry level models. And I like Calatravas a lot, actually. I really do. Vimal says this Beauvais looks industrial, not what the brand is known for. Wow, that's actually a great point. It does have this like industrial 9 inch
Yeah.
nails look to it. What's going on, Wishful Ignorance? Hey, Trap Vision, what's
What's
going on?
happening?
Vimal has a question for you. The new VC release is cheaper in the US versus Geneva pre-tax. So are they taking the tariff hit now, or for now?
I'm looking. I'm trying to look that up right now. So I'm guessing so, and it's tough. So you gotta think some of these were already in the U.S. before the tariff. They probably knew what was going on. It just kept them from being released. But I was just speaking with another rep today, man, and he was like, "What's gonna happen is the prices are gonna be increased on everything." And Vimal's right. So it's 120,000, and the posting that we read said 130,000. So I'm guessing for the ones that are in the U.S. right now, they're gonna be able to keep it at that price point. But going forward, it might be a different situation. So maybe what's happening in Tan? So maybe
Oh,
they're
10.
eating some of that. But yeah, from what I'm hearing, and George's Currents from Brightland said it, that if it holds on too long, prices are going to be increased, and it won't just be on the U.S. market because they don't want to create a disparity. It'll be increases on the global watch market. So I think there'll be a lot of discrepancies in prices we see on websites versus prices we see in publications, and then we're not even talking about the Swiss franc being, at all-time highs and things like that compared to the dollar.
Can they assemble
Yeah,
these shits in America? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
no, because
oh God, oh my God.
the value of the movement. The value of the movement is Swiss. For a watch like this, is white gold. The gold is Swiss gold. So it's like,
So I got a question for you, and we don't talk politics here, but there's no way that there's nobody in his cabinet screaming at him like, bro, you are literally killing the watch market with this shit. Like, there's no way that there's smart people with money telling him this does not help America in any way. If anything, it's even hurting the middle class and above. Like, I'm just so confused by this.
yeah, I was talking to that rep about that too, and yeah, it's one thing. No matter what, if you're a consumer, it is going to affect you. If you're somebody in a consumer-based business like this is, it is going to affect you. Really, really quick, we're going to have a little breaking news from producer Vamal. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. You are getting into football season, so we will have breaking news from sports every once in a while. And we just want to say congrats to the happy couple.
Bro,
I'm an
he's about
Eagles
to be
fan.
the
I'm not a
worst
Chiefs
tight
fan, so
end.
yeah. So like,
Like,
don't pick him in your fantasy drafts.
I
And
remember he was going in like the second round. Now it's like you don't even think about him. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, Taylor Swift. Nobody's crying over people buying six-figure watches. Yes, you're right. Um, but I do think that people who have money like to keep money. You know, it's smart for you to watch the cents so that the dollars add up. And I think that very smart people near Trump are probably saying like, dude, like this doesn't do what you say it does. So we might need to like scale it back a little bit.
yeah, but I think
Well, tariffs are supposed to incite jobs in America, but like the
well,
Swiss
there's also other
taxes
things
don't.
that there are other things that he wants from the Swiss is a problem.
Well, yeah, it's the pharmaceuticals. The
It's the
100%. Julius Caesar is
pharmaceuticals.
100% correct. It's the pharmaceuticals. I forget that like Pfizer, Johnson Johnson, all those guys, like they're all based out there, and he wants them to
What?
make the product here or something like that. Like I think
Yeah,
that's the main
but
thing.
also like the Swiss had the Sandoz family. It's one of the biggest pharmaceutical families and organizations out there. There's a lot of different things where it doesn't make sense, because this is just not the way you do it. Because look, one thing, another thing people aren't talking about is because of the de minimis shipping loophole, meaning things valued under $800, no international postal service, DHL, French Post, most international countries, they're no longer shipping to the U.S., right? So you have to do an express service is what that means. You're no longer able to just do like your Alibaba or your whatever for like your Shine for like a couple shirts or something. Now you have to pay for express shipping to use FedEx Express. DHL has suspended all small shipping to the U.S. and many countries are every day saying they're not shipping small things through their postal services. So there's so many things that are that are going to just clog up the line, and that's why shipping anything now you should take 2 to 3 days internationally. It's 10 to 12 days sometimes, is because so many things are just getting blocked. Blocking up the arteries of the shipping channels now. Jay, the wealthy have homes in Geneva and Dubai. They will buy over there. That's what Indian elites used to do before these brands came to India. He ain't wrong. I have a lot of uh, Indian elite friends in Dubai who that's exactly what they do. They have a home in the UK, you have a home in Dubai, you have a home in Geneva, where you're able to travel. And he's right. For people of the higher levels, they're gonna figure this out. It's really easy. It's easy to figure out where to get your watches. It's for the person who just wanted to buy the watch. They don't want to plan a big vacation, and they don't do international business. That's who it hurts. And who it's really gonna hurt is your mom and pop AD. You know, if there was ever a time where you had to be worried about the watches of Switzerland's of the world, the Buchers of the world, being able to really gobble up your mom and pops, this is it. They're not ready. Your mom and pop in Bozeman, Montana, who just has Rolex and Omega and stuff like that, they can't handle a 29% tariff increase.
I'll be
You
honest
know?
with you. I think we talked about this, and I think I'll stop after this. But like, the only way this empire falls is because of the economy, and like this feels like the first step towards that. Like it's just because it's just like for what, like it just sucks, dude. Because I just remember so many people would have dropship businesses, and it's just like, hey, man, you're trying to
Kilt.
start your own business, and
Done.
and it's like this was the place people came to see their dreams through. Anybody could make it, and more it's becoming, well, if you haven't made it yet, you got to latch on to somebody or find somewhere else to go because I don't know. Sorry. Let's talk about this Bulgari.
No, you're absolutely right. Debani says dodgy invoicing will go nuts, and I can confirm that it's already a lot of funny business is already was going on, but now that's all this increased, right? It's just more funny business and reporting and things like that when it comes to bringing this type of inventory back and forth, because nobody can afford to take even a 10%. So you're talking about 39%. Well, nobody can really afford that. Cloud Ken says US Customs could check, can't bring box or even papers back with you. That is one thing. If you're somebody who is thinking about dabbling in those doing that type of thing, I can't tell you what to do. You're grown adults for the most part here. I hope don't think be savvy about it. These people know watches now. More people than ever. Before, back in the day, people didn't know what a Rolex was. People didn't know what a Patek was. People didn't know what a Journe was. So you could have 30, 40 Journes and just say these are like Lego watches. Nobody would know. Now people know, and Google and AI and all these things. So don't take a chance and do something stupid. Know what you're doing if you're gonna do something. Know your risk, and don't get yourself in long-term trouble over something that's not worth it. Let's say that. Vimal says mom and pop AD is going to witness the power of street knowledge. Yeah, hey, listen, it's going to be a bloodbath, man. It ain't. It's funny till it ain't. All right, we got a new Bulgari Octo Roma with a beautiful kind of a forest green dial, and I like the watch.
It's so funny because the Octo is such a nice watch that whenever I see a Bulgari that's not an Octo, I have to like take at least 3 minutes to process. Like it's okay. It's okay. It's not an Octo. It still can be a good watch. Because this is a nice watch. It's just not an Octo.
That
And it's so funny because they're similar but different because the Octo is so much more flat, whereas this one's gonna have a little bit more girth to it. And I really like this now that the time has passed and I can process the fact that it's not an Octo. This is a nice watch.
Yeah, I think it's gorgeous. Look at the rubber strap. I think the Octa Finissimo, you're correct, is just such an iconic watch, and will go down as one of the most iconic watches to be made in the in the 2000s. It's hard for anything else to be close. The Octa Roma was before the Octa Finissimo. This was part of the last kind of reveries from the Gerald Genta brand with Bulgari before the resurgence that happened a couple years ago. I love this watch. I think deep green. I like it on the bracelet. It looks really good on a strap. And the best part about it is I know this is going to be under $10,000. 7,900 euro.
That's not bad at all.
You know, and
Now,
it's
is
an
it
in-house movement.
cheaper just because the R&D isn't as crazy for the like, because the Octo they're doing like a smaller movement, doing under like
Well,
right, a thinner movement, not smaller, but like they're working with less space. So that's why Octas are typically a little bit more expensive because of R&D that goes into making the Octa. Am I wrong, right in saying that?
yeah, I think Bulgari just they know how to price their stuff, and they know that there's a certain price point that's going to be a little bit too too high for the brands. And they're Cartier. Cartier, they don't price too aggressively. It makes sense. And I think Bulgari, maybe because they're also fashion brands. Because the great thing about these fashion and jewelry brands, I should say, they sell so many other things that they don't need to kill you in one shot. They can beat you up on the watch, then they're gonna beat you up on some jewelry for your wife. Then, oh, you don't want like some little beady thing you used to match with your kids. Do you need some perfume? Do you need this? Do you need leather goods? Hey, we do. Do you need a belt? Do you need a new belt? So they have so many ways to get the profit from you.
They be
So I,
bundling.
you know,
Um,
Dabani asks if it's
Sea
sea
friendly.
friendly.
Whenever I don't see chrono pushers, I automatically assume you can at least go 30 meters.
Yeah, 100 meters, sea friendly. No
There you go.
diving, but you could take it on a snorkel. You could snag a lobster, not two, but one with it. I think it's good. All right, let's do one more watch before we get out. I want to thank all of you guys. We got 13 people in the favor and upvote, comment, like, subscribe, all the amazing things that you guys do to keep the ball rolling. So should we do the Corona Tokyo Orange? Let's do.
You're kind of burping a little bit. Sorry.
Oh, you're burping too, huh?
It's probably our internet.
Yeah, it's going. It's telling us to get off. All right, let's just do this and the Roger Dubuis, and then
Yo.
we'll skedaddle. Let me close these tabs up. All right, so we have a new entry from Kurono Tokyo. This is the Vermilion chronograph, a really vivid orange and black chronograph, like a pumpkin orange. And Kurono Tokyo has made quite a few really good looking watches. Nice chronographs aren't too expensive usually. What do
Those are
you
really
think
nice.
about this, sir?
So, I mean, like, remember what I was complaining last time about no contrast, and this is a perfect example of like creating contrast. Because if this dial was all orange, even if it was a different shade of orange in the subdials, it would not hit. But because you have that black, it kind of offsets that high orange, and it's like a really cool Halloween watch. Like it, I'm ready to have a pumpkin spice latte. Like, put it on me, you know?
But this is like organic pumpkin spice. You know what I mean? Like with real pumpkin. This
Yeah,
ain't a
no, exactly. It's
this ain't no
like
pumpkin flavoring.
the pumpkin spice you get from Whole Foods, you know? Like
Yeah,
no
exactly.
GMOs, baby.
Nah, this is like like if we go up in PA, we go to Amish land and we ask them for pumpkin spice. This is what's going. You know what I mean? This is like it taint your stomach. What's going on? Pack says CQ. I always thank you and Jay for your insight. You're welcome. Thank you for listening to us. Even when I'm not saying much, I'm still listening. Just have to balance it with a 95. I'm not out here collecting watches all day. We appreciate you, Pack, and we appreciate
Hey,
all of
yeah.
you. We do
Appreciate your
understand
time.
we're coming on during kind of a lunch hour, midday hour type situation. So we don't expect everybody to be able to jump in and chat, but as much as you can, it always helps. And just the upvote and likes, that's really what helps. Just leave the screen on. We're trying to get monetized, so we need all the watch hours that we can get. So just leaving the screen on, even if you got to meet up for a meeting, I appreciate you. I like this Chrono.
Yeah, no, it's a nice watch. I really like it.
And I think what's the price point? Well, 34.70 euro. Not too crazy.
3470? No, not bad at all.
Vimal CQ have FPJ fever, but the damn prices. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. There's so many great Jordans, but the prices are just like, and it's to a place where I can't even say, hey, just wait a little bit, the prices will go back down, or they're just in an insane place. And everywhere, every stone I unturn looking for Jordan, they're even more expensive, or they're just as pricey. So let's see what happens during auction season. The first auctions are going to start happening. Phillips has an online auction that starts the 4th of September, and then as we go into the middle of September, Geneva Watch Week is going to be next week as well. So as we get through Geneva Watch, we have some auctions. We'll see what's in the auctions, and I have a feeling there'll be a good bit of Jordans in there, and we'll see what the market looks like. But let me tell you something. If the Jordan market is strong in the auctions right now, I don't believe it's coming back anytime soon. Because I think Q4, no matter what goes on, right? From what we can see, Q4 interest rates are gonna get cut. It's Q4, so spending is gonna go up no matter what. So the markets are gonna roar again, and that's when these pieces just go crazy. So if it's a good Q4, if the Jordan market is looking good in these auctions, Q1 when bonus season hits, the Jordan market will just continue to rise. So if you see something you really, really like, get it. Do not pay over 100,000 for Elegante, or else you cannot be a producer of this show anymore, Vimal. We're gonna take the rights away. Vimal says, can we do a Phillips pre-auction review? We will, definitely. They're not out yet. I tried to see it, see what's in, but I didn't see it. Let me know if you did see it, Vimal, but for sure we're going to do an auction preview. The auctions are going to be in Switzerland, at least the first one. So that's going to be 6 in the morning. I'm going to live stream that. And then we do have Hong Kong auctions. So, that means I'm up 2 in the morning. Bless you. So I will be up 2 in the morning live streaming those auctions. So, oh my gosh, it's going to be a great time. Chris DDD says, was on a call, so I missed a discussion on Bulgari. Now that raised my level. That raised my T level. Studying, I agree with you as well. All right. We're going to get all of our T levels where they should be. Last watch of the day, new Roger Dubuis Excalibur Spider Flyback Chronograph in pink gold. Picked this one because Tan is our resident Roger Dubuis fan, and I like what they're doing here. The dial is a little busy, but I'm looking at the case, and I'm loving the case architecture here. You're not gonna be a fan, I know, but
Well,
oh, go. Maybe you are a fan. Let me not prejudge.
no, I'm not. Well, I'm trying to figure out because I like Roger Debris, and I like the fact that they do different things, and this is different. Am I seeing the sub depressing into the? It's kind of cool, man. It's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the what the fuck is this? This is the it has to be a 30-minute chrono. Yeah, it has to be a 30-minute chrono, and that's what's going on here. But I just love this overall architecture.
That is pretty
I'd
cool.
rock this. I would rock this. It reminds you of the Roger Dubuis Pulsion with the sapphire bezel.
I mean, Vimal makes a great point here. It's a Invicta Lore is sending the cease and desist to Roger soon, and the thing is like you can tell the difference, but it definitely screams like mall watch to a certain extent. Like we know
But like, if I saw a random person wearing this and I didn't see Roger Debris, I would just assume it was something that they got out of a mall watch, like some mall random Invicta type.
Yeah.
This
Like
like when you get to a certain size and like
how
design,
big is
it's
it?
hard to break that. Um,
Yeah. So 45 millimeters in diameter, 17 millimeters thick. So it's a thick boy too. I wouldn't pay 140,000 euro for it, but I would rock this. Like if I got it pre-owned, go to Miami, gonna be on a yacht. I don't want to wear like anything too delicate. I don't want to put on the Jorns. This is my not Jorn watch. Like if I'm of that level and I have a bunch of Jorns, I'm wearing this for sure. That's what I'm rocking. Oh man. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys so much. It has been an amazing show. You guys are all amazing. CQ the Watch Guy, Retired Watch Guy Jay, Watch Talk Live. You guys are awesome. Jay, talk to the people.
um, you know, when buying watches, buy what you love, eat, and just try to avoid mall watches. This is a nice watch, but just it hurts me to say it, man. It just this is probably my least favorite Roger Dubuis. Even though it's such a dope design, it I don't know, 140. Oh my God. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Let's just pray for a rate cut and tariffs to be dropped so that we can start buying watches like we used to back in the day. But until next time.
No more tariffs. All right, guys. Vimon says the watch is in a Honda Civic mall watch. The watch is in a Honda Civic mall watch, and in the rose is the boy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Have a great night to all those. Have a great morning, great afternoon. Have a great rest of your day. We will not have a show tomorrow. We're on the road doing some things. We will be back on Thursday. I'll schedule it like today, and hopefully it works out. But no matter what, you guys have an amazing time. Thank you so much. If you need watch advice, cqthewatchguy.com. Peace out. See you soon.
Peace.